Hello world, Wendy from Cali here, back with another Manny chat. Today is July 25th. My niece Lorelai, her birthday's tomorrow, but they're doing a birthday party for her today, and I thought, what great way for a 6-year-old to celebrate her birthday. I won't be there because it's in Utah, but I'll be there in spirit. I'm gonna be doing a nod to fabulous fairy tales for Manny Bingo today. And what was awesome is that Shannon, my Color Street stylist, sent the 2 sets that I had asked for, and they arrived just last night, and I really wanted to use Party in the USA for this effort, and it came just in time, so it's like she timed it perfectly. So without further ado, let's get started. I love the sticker, so I feel like it needs to be saved, so I am going to go ahead and save it on my nail tools box. On the side right here sounds like the best place for it. Cheers. Alright, let's get started. I really love the Drippy Goo hole punch. Hadn't used it in a while. Usually save it for like Halloween times for like slime and stuff, but when I did National Ice Cream Day and feeling crafty, when I used it, I really loved it, and my mani lasted like the full week. So I thought, fabulous fairy tales, I could totally do that again. I'm gonna be using My Little Pony nail decals. They are water slide nail decals from Galaxy Nail Decals. So that's why you're seeing this and my little bunny bowl for the water. And I gotta get my nails done because Panda Bear and I are going on a date. We haven't had date night in a while. Lots of responsibilities get in the way, and work and all that good stuff. But it's official. Mama Carla and her family moved out. We have not heard from them, and so life goes on, and my Aunt Millie's investment home needs to be housed. It needs someone to pay rent, and Panda Bear and I were not going to move into the house because we're fine living with the rents, and being able to check on them daily. So Panda Bear went to work finding a good tenant or tenants for the house, and that new family is actually moving in today. So fully official, and that's all I'll say about that. But party in the USA, we're gonna party in the USA. All that being said, Panda Bear and I are going to be going on a date today, and I wanted to see the Odyssey, but I told Panda about my want to see the Odyssey way too late. All the theaters, only the seats right up front, which I don't want to see an action movie sitting right in the front. That's just not the best way to see an action movie, and so we're going to save that for another time. What we are going to go see, though, is Toy Story 5. That was something that we had wanted to take Mama Carla and her kiddos to go see when we returned from our Canada vacation. Obviously, we had a surprise. They left. So Panda Bear was like, well, I still want to see the movie. And so we are going to go see that movie together today, and use the gift card that Mama Carla and Edgar had given us for Christmas for Cheesecake Factory, because I don't want to hold on to it anymore, and I want to, let's just start fresh. And so Panda Bear's gonna take me on a date tonight. actually later today, because the movie is a matinee time, and then we're going to have dinner after the movie. While I'm preparing for that, I do want pretty nails, and I'm totally going to do my makeup today and wear a dress, make it real special, because we, like I said, have not had a date. Just the two of us together in quite some time now, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. I was going to try to save this and use it, but you know what? It's too much work to try to save it, so let's just use this. Otherwise, I'd be here for like way too long a time, and just chatting about nothing is not my vibe for a vlog that I sometimes rewatch to see what was going on in that time of my life. So I know that means that I'm going to be wasting some of these strips by a lot, but I mean, for that look, wouldn't you do it too? But yeah, anyways, to prep for date day, I'm up super early. I have laundry to do, so that's one thing that's happening right now, is that I have one load of laundry in the wash and another that is going to be placed in the wash after the other one's done. I also, ooh, yikes, I punched that one way wrong, didn't I? Let's try that again. Another thing is that I'm going to be making sourdough bread. With sourdough bread, not only do you have to wait for the sourdough starter to bubble up and be fully fed, but you also have to wait for the actual dough to rise, so that will take about the day. So plan to have the dough sitting there and rising while we are out doing our date. So that is the plan. So had to be up early to make sure the sourdough starter was fed, waiting for that. Got to get my nails done. I already showered, although I feel like I'm sweating like crazy after the shower because it's very humid today. Sorry, I knocked the camera. It's very humid today, but we shall make this work. Okay, I'm going to try to keep some of the nails that I like to use for normal mani so that I can use it later. I do need to make a nail stick. So let me do that. Color Street says that it's a one-time use application, but you know, if you've watched this channel enough, you know that I totally try and save the leftover strips for use in mixed manis in a later time. So that is what I plan on doing. Let's use this and make a strip. Party in the USA was a set that came out when before I even knew about Color Street. I didn't start using Color Street until 2021. In fact, I didn't even know about it, and Color Street has existed since 2017, so it's been around. And I threw this away too soon because I need it for punching. I need it for punching out so I can use the last bit of this. No waste. Oh, and today, instead of relaxed movement for the background music, I stumbled across this. It's called At Stomp's Playlist, and it said Fantasy World, and so I was like, ooh, Fantasy World sounds like a really good playlist. It does say no copyright, so I hope that that's going to be true, that it's not going to cause any issues with music in the background. But I thought that Fantasy World, Fabulous Fairytales, kind of a good match. So hopefully you like the new background music, if you even pay attention to that. But yeah, thought I'd do something different and get these nails done. What I did put under the nails before I started putting the Color Street over it, I did use the Color Street Nail Strengthener, and then I also used Stacy Sparkle Sauce Nourishing Ridge Filler. My nails are wrecked. I've been like doing a lot of cooking and washing, and like this nail is like totally like flaking off, and this one too. And so I worry just a tiny bit that my nails will get chipped really fast because of that. But it is what it is. Summertime, I sometimes forget to drink enough water and to oil up my nails. I do it better in the winter time. Well, summertime, I'm good at drinking water. If I wasn't super lazy when it's super hot. Yesterday was just really warm, and when I got home from work, I was dead tired. And to make matters worse, Aunt Flo has shown up, albeit she's shown up on time, because I was expecting her yesterday, and she did indeed show her face yesterday. And so today, or I should say last night and into this morning, I was feeling the worst cramps. Is that TMI? That might be TMI, but I'm talking about it anyway. Worst cramps ever. But after a nice shower and drinking a ton of water, I'm feeling loads better. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Let me save. Actually, I want to save these. Save the ones that I want to save so that I don't forget. And then we can keep going. The second vacation, family vacation of the Young family is happening. Not this coming week, but the week after. And so I'm super excited about it. It's more like kind of like a staycation for us. But my sister and her family are coming to California, and we get to spend some more time together. My brother's family is not going to be spending as much time with us because my niece Emmeline needs to register for her classes and stuff like that soon for the school year, and so they're gonna just see us like here and there. But I get to see my sister's family. I'm so excited. I don't get to see them enough, so being able to see them twice in a year is just a blessing, and I'm so excited. Can't wait for all of it to begin. And the Universal Studios annual passes that Panda Bear got for us. So again, if you've been watching this channel, you know last year Panda Bear and I were planning on going to the East Coast for our anniversary to do kind of like a pizza tour, chopped cheese tour. We ended up not doing that. Instead, he spent the funds we were going to use for that to get Universal Studios annual passes for Mama Carla and her kiddos, and for us to go to Universal Studios periodically throughout the year and enjoy. So, you know, now that they're gone, it's like Panda Bear and I are like, shh, like we're not going to go to Universal Studios on our own. Like, so we're not renewing the annual passes, and they'll be expiring the month of August, but luckily not expiring yet. And so my sister's family is going to be enjoying Universal Studios. Her kids don't know. It's going to be a surprise for them, so I can't wait to see their reactions in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Super Nintendo World, all that good stuff. Like, I cannot wait. I'm so stoked and excited. And we have power bands and wands for them to use. So they don't need to spend any money at all on any of that. So, yeah, very excited. I am a little disappointed. I had purchased water slide nail decals on eBay from another vendor, not this one, but another vendor that I'm used to buying from. And the tracking said it was delivered on July 16th. It was nowhere to be found. I mean, the seller did refund the cost for the nail decals, but I had really wanted them because I wanted to do my nails with Super Mario for the occasion. But I have Harry Potter and The Simpsons still from before, so I'm just going to do those because that's also very Universal Studios. So yeah, but that happened. What else has happened? I don't want to talk about work because work is like boring to talk about. Oh, what about what we've been watching or reading or whatever? There was a movie that Panda Bear really wanted to watch called Obsession, and so we watched it together. I don't know if I mentioned this last week. We watched it together, and I'm the worst when it comes to like horror movies and stuff like that, so I wasn't able to like watch the whole thing. I would turn away, facing away from the TV, so I can only hear what was happening. But for the past week and a half or so, or week, I don't know how long, but we've been like quoting from the movie and just watching Instagram clips of other people like doing like parody scenes. Panda Bear found a bunch of like Lego animated scenes from the movie and stuff like that. So of the movie, not from the movie, but of the movie. And it's just hilarious and just been a lot of fun. So Panda Bear and I have been trying to pull ourselves out of the funk of what was left behind, of dealing with, you know, what we were dealing with, and finally finding a little bit of peace again to just enjoy each other's company and get back to what life was like, not having to help out with another family and just be us, do us, just us. And so, yeah, it's been a roller coaster, and we're trying to find the fun again, and life's just been like responsibility left and right, and now it's like, oh, we actually have a little bit time to ourselves. What is time to ourselves? So, you know, trying to make the best of it, which is one of the reasons why we're going on a date today. So I'm excited about that, especially because I bought new dresses that I want to kind of wear before wearing on vacation week. So yeah. But besides that movie, what I've been reading some graphic novels. I purchased for my best friend that I've known since third grade, Lynn, for her birthday, a box set of the Babysitters Club's graphic novels, because I've been reading them from my library app, and I absolutely love them. I enjoy them so much. Reminds me of childhood. Babysitters Club was something that Lynn and I read, and so I got that for her as a nostalgic birthday present. And I just finished reading the 5th book in the series or whatever, And another graphic novel that I read was called Batter Royale, which was kind of fun because it was about this like baking contest, and in the graphic novel itself it also included like recipes, which was really cool to see. So yeah, those are the graphic novels that I've read. As far as real books go, the current book I'm reading, ebook I should say, that I'm reading is called 7-Year Slip. And I forgot the author. I'm so bad with like remembering authors' names. But 7-Year Slip is one book that I started reading. Besides the Heartbeat at My Feet was another one that I started reading. I haven't gone back to it yet, but I will. But since that book is one that's in my Amazon Kindle that I own, I wanted to make sure to read my library books first because those I only have for a couple of weeks. So 7-Year Slip is one that I have from the library. And the audiobook that I'm currently listening to, because I finally finished Big Bad Wolf, and interesting ending, but I won't talk about it. Currently listening to Our Perfect Storm, and I'm enjoying that one a lot. And I do know the author's name is called Carly Fortune, so I remembered that one. So, okay, pause really quick. This is Party in the USA using Drippy Goo Hole Punch. Remember, fabulous fairy tales is what we're after here, and I feel like that looks fabulous. All right, I don't know if My Little Pony is considered a fairy tale per se. I guess most of the time when you hear fairy tales, you probably think of like Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty or whatever, but I feel like they're fantastical and fairy tale like My Little Ponies. Since I really won't have anybody else to use these on, I wanted to just use them up. Growing up, I used to play with My Little Ponies as well, so you know, these are the more modern looking My Little Ponies, so I definitely didn't play with My Little Ponies that look like these punk rock looking My Little Ponies, but it's all good. My Little Ponies are My Little Ponies, and I don't mind having them on my nails this week. I will see how long the nails will last with the water slide nail decals here. Alright, so what you do with these, you place them in water and then you slide them off the paper. Haven't done this in a while, so you gotta bear with me here. You're supposed to be able to just easily slide them off the paper. There we go. Here it is. And then when you slide them off the paper, then you just place them on your nail and then you put a top coat, and then it should be done. So let me just pull that off here. See me struggle. I don't want to tear it. There we go. And ooh, it's curling so bad. Alright, I want to put you right here. Let's put you right here. Get the wooden orange stick here to help me place. Less harsh than a metal tweezer. Alright, just like that. I think that looks pretty fun. What do you guys think? Since I don't have the matching, they're like not all matching, they're all different. My nails won't be matching obviously, because also the cutouts for the slimes don't really all match each other. So I'm okay with that. I'm starting to get used to being okay with just having my nails be like whatever. What I like about using the Drippy Goo cutout is that as my nails grow out, you can't really tell because it's kind of like, you know, the French nail look. so I can leave my nails like this for a longer period of time, and not have to feel the need to change my nails like every couple of days. Granted, I still have a lot on the Manny Vingo that I need to complete, but what I did was I started writing out when I was going to do my nails and trying to stick to that schedule so that I can get all the nails done. So August is going to have like a ton of nails to be done, but I'll be on vacation one of those weeks, and most of the nails that I'll be doing is on the weekend, so that makes it a little easier to like do. And then September, not as much. Sorry, my chicken scratch in September, but if I follow my calendar, I will successfully finish Manny Bingo before the end of September when it's all over. So hoping that I am good at sticking with the schedule. I do have a lot less responsibility to worry about now, so I don't really have any excuses besides work sometimes getting in the way, but gotta find that balance of work-life balance, and doing my nails is one of those things that gives me a lot of joy. So as you see, I'm doing it so that when I look at my nails like this, I'll be able to see them and they're not upside down when I look at them. Otherwise, I could have done them this way, but today I'm feeling this direction. So that is what we're doing. All right. So you got to put a nice top coat over, and this top coat has lasted me forever, so thank you, Corey. She was my Sassvent pal. Was it Sassvent? The 12 Days of Christmas. What was it? What is that thing called that Stacy hosts every year where we exchange gifts with folks? Anyways, thank you, Corey, for the top coat, because I really enjoy it, and I'm definitely gonna have to buy another one when I'm done using this one, which again has lasted me, what, we're now into almost August, so almost 8 months. It's pretty good. All right, trying to get all this done. All right, there we go. Yeah, definitely want the purple one on my middle finger. That's a good spot for the purple one. And it'll be facing the other one, so that's kind of cool. I didn't plan for that, but you know, sometimes things just occur the right way. So, all right. What else might be new? I purchased cheese from Gardner's Wisconsin Cheese. I love their cheeses. Highly recommend if you're a fan of cheese, buying from them. Typically, Panda Bear and I will make a purchase with Gardner's cheese maybe once every other month, especially if they're having like a specific deal going on. And if you buy a certain amount, they gift you like free cheeses with your order. And so I tend to try and make sure that we wait to order and then order like a nice substantial order each time. So that's why we would buy from them like once every other month or so. But for the 4th of July, they had this firecracker cheese curds, which I purchased knowing that it's likely mostly going to be for Panda, because I'm a wuss when it comes to spicy foods. And yeah, the firecracker was, holy smokes, like super spicy. I couldn't, I tried and I kept trying to eat it, and my mouth was just insanely burning, like out of this world burning. It was too much, way too much. Panda Bear had to finish that one on his own, because pretty much no one else in our family can handle spice like Panda Bear can. And so he was like, I enjoyed it very much, but he knows that I'm likely not going to order that one again. Also, it was like one of those limited editions ones that Gardner's has out for like just a limited time. And so, yeah, it was insanely hot. So there is one that's got jalapeno in it, but it's not spicy, and I love it so much. Their jalapeno string cheese is like, I would highly recommend that. And I'm not like I'm not usually into like spicy stuff as much, but this one's not spicy. It's just so flavorful. And speaking of flavorful, I went out to lunch with some of the ladies at work recently, and we went to this Mexican restaurant, and I had this, I remember the combo was number 8, which 8's one of my favorite numbers besides 3. But it had a chile relleno, I can't pronounce it, a stuffed chili pepper, and a hard shell taco, and a tamal. And that plate was just delicious. Like, the food was so yum. And then I had found out that there was this coffee shop that we went to in Buffalo before we flew home, while we were on vacation. It's apparently a chain, and there was one near work. And so ladies and I went and picked up coffee from there. I must say, though, that the coffee experience I had in Buffalo was better than the one here in Culver City, but it could just be that we got it to go versus having it at the location. What was really awesome about the Buffalo location was that we sat there and we enjoyed our coffee and my dessert, and it was really nice and peaceful and quiet and awesome. And so it was not just the flavor of the coffee and the food, but the whole vibe of just being there and staying there. So yeah, that might have made the difference. But yeah, delicious nonetheless. Trying to think if there's anything else that I haven't discussed yet. I will say that I do hope that Panda Bear and I get to see the Odyssey in the theaters before it's out of the theaters, because I feel like it's one of those movies that would be very visually stunning in the theaters. And growing up, when I can't remember if it was junior high or high school, but I do remember having to read the Odyssey by Homer and really enjoying the stories. So I want to see what the screen adaptation directed by Christopher Nolan is going to look like. And of course, if we don't make it to the theaters to watch it, I will obviously watch it on streaming when it comes out. I have been enjoying a ton of YouTube videos, because whenever a movie comes out, usually there's a ton of different YouTube video platforms that kind of do different things with the stars. Oh, that one you can't see at all. Okay, you know what? I'm moving this one. I want to I like the blue one. The blue one's one of my favorites. So you know what? I'm going to put the blue one on my thumb here. We might have to actually not have one on the pinky because the pinky's too small for these. So, oh, no, no. I want the blue one. All right, let's stick this down. There we go. Ooh, saved. Okay. Okay, we're not putting one, you know what? We're not putting one on the pinky, so let's just cover it up and move on. But I've been watching a ton of YouTube videos on the promotions of the Odyssey and the different actors and all of that. And I think that's also one of the reasons why I'm like super excited to watch the movie, just because I've been watching all of those YouTube promotion videos of it. But yeah, so okay, so we do have some that are repeats. These two are repeats, so I'm not going to use those two. Actually, these are also repeats, but you know what? Okay, I want these two on this hand. And then one more. Probably the pink one. Yeah. We'll use the pink one. And then we'll save the other three. For a later time. And I want to make sure it's not in the same order, so make sure that the pink one, actually I want the purple. Oh! And in fact, you know what? This one's going to be very hard to put one on there. So I might not have a pony there either. Let's see. How can we do this? Yeah, you know what? We're not doing the pink one. We're going to do these two here, and then these two fingers will not have ponies, because, again, it doesn't have to match, and there's not enough space. So why waste a nail decal if there's not enough space for it to even be seen? So let's use this one. I think this one here on the pointer, and then the other one is going to be on the middle finger. While we're waiting for that, I know we're not putting anything on here, so let's seal it up. Oh, in the last vlog, Manny chat that I did, I mentioned how hot it's been here in SoCal, and that we didn't have any AC or central air. Well, when Mama Carla and her family moved out, we had like a portable AC unit that we had for them, and they left it. They didn't bring it with them wherever they went. And so Panda Bear salvaged that from the other house and hooked it up one day in our bedroom so that when I got home it was nice and cool. And I love him so much for it, because I've been struggling with my sleep, and work's been way crazy, and not having good sleep, the combo of not having good sleep and work being crazy was driving me a little batty. And so we've been sleeping really nicely for the past few days, and Panda Bear was talking with the apartment manager of the apartments that he helps my dad manage, and the apartment manager was like, "What? You guys didn't have AC?" And my Panda Bear was like explaining, like, we weren't gonna spend the extra money on us when we were having to spend it to make sure Mama Carla and her kiddos were comfortable where they were living. And so, you know, those are the sacrifices that we, I guess, no longer have to worry about, like, because they left us. So, you know what? I will enjoy that AC unit. Thank you very much. And stop suffering so much. So yeah. That's definitely helped with sleep as of recent. Wondering why we struggled and chose to struggle so much. But you know what? It's all good. Not suffering anymore. So, let me grab that wooden stick that fell so that I can use it to help place the last pony on my nail. Oh, one other thing about, I mentioned The Simpsons because I have Simpsons water nail decals that I'll likely use for Universal Studios when we go with my sis and her fam and my brother and his fam when they go. Is that while Panda Bear's been cleaning out the other house for the new tenants to move in, and he's been also cleaning out our house as far as the garage, the dinky laundry shack we have in the backyard, and he found an operations game, but not just any operations game, the Simpsons operations game. I don't know if any of you ever owned the Simpsons operations game. I barely even remember that we had it, but now I'm super excited. Hoping I'm gonna bring it on vacation with us, that once the kiddos, my sister's kids, have experienced Universal Studios and hopefully the Simpsons ride, we can play Operation together. One other thing that I've done at work is I've tried to incorporate a quarterly game hour with my team for team building, and so this next game hour that we're going to be doing is going to be catchphrase. We did Boggle the first time, and that was back in, I think it was April when we did it, and in August we will be doing catchphrase, and I'm super excited. I don't know if you guys have played catchphrase, but I had fun watching YouTube videos of Jimmy Fallon doing catchphrase, like his version of catchphrase with the celebrities that have been on his show, and we played catchphrase once with Mama Carla's kids, and yeah, next game we'll be doing with my team for team building is catchphrase, so I'm super excited about that, and I cannot wait. And this is the final result of the Fabulous Fairy Tales Manny. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you have and you haven't yet, like, subscribe, share it with a friend, and I will see you all next time. Peace. Oh, no, not peace. If you watched this all the way through and you don't know what you want to comment below, go ahead and comment a castle and a rainbow. Now it's time to say goodbye until next time. Peace.